Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas. Your source for Ford news, update, and information, including your Maverick information on a Monday. And we've said that a lot in this last year. In fact, the last 2 years, we've been doing these Maverick Monday videos for 2 years now. If you like videos on the Maverick or some of our other Ford vehicles, make sure you subscribe to the bell notification, turn on so you don't miss any of our videos. And in this week's video, this is a year in review. I didn't do this last year, but I thought, let's do that this year. Let's talk about some of the things that we discussed this last year. So this is number 43 weekly Maverick Monday videos out of 52 weeks. Not too bad. So this is, did I say 43 or 44? 40. This is number 44 for this year out of 52. We did 50 out of 52 last year. And so, yes, you can see episode 94 now. And we are delivering you guys the Maverick content and as best we can with things that you're looking to get. So I thought this week we would cover all the different things we talked about in the last year, some of the different hot topics, some of the different things. What are some of the most viewed videos? And maybe you missed those videos, and we'll have those linked down below. In fact, after every Maverick Monday video, you'll see what we like to call as YouTubers an end scene. So there's always two recommendations. One is the playlist for the Maverick Monday. So there has all 94 videos are in there. And then the other one is the video from last week. So if you missed it, you can just click on that and watch it. So check that playlist. Also, the most viewed videos we'll have linked in the description as well on this. So let's get into this and talk about this right now. So the most viewed video last year, I recorded this and it went live February 3rd last year. It was basically, we put in there, you won't believe the secret features of the Ford Maverick touchscreen. So that's the 25. So we had just started getting some of these 25 model year videos, and people wanted us to go through that touchscreen. This video got 26,000 views last year, and we covered that touchscreen, all the different overview of the screen and what you could expect from that, and different things like that. So we covered that, and then of course it's not number one, but we followed that one up a week later with how to customize your productivity screen, which is a screen you see through the steering wheel, which has also was upgraded for the 25 model year. We covered that as well. That one got about 16,000 views there, and we covered where some of the things are located in that productivity screen. So some of the other videos, the number 2 on the list was how to connect your phone and how to use your Android Auto. So we kind of showed how to use that, how to get out of Android Auto if you need to, that kind of stuff. That video went live in May 5th, 19, almost 20,000 views on that video. A couple of you watched that, will be over 20,000. Another video that was did pretty well as well. Another video we covered on what's new and different for the 26 Ford Maverick. That went live August 25th, 18,000 views on that. And that's where we covered, hey, the new colors for this year, like the Orange Fury. What are some changes? Having that power sliding rear window was available on XLT. Some of the different changes they removed, like the armrest from the XLT trim level, how they changed the power window switches on the Lariat. There was one touch up and down feature, only down feature on the driver window now for all of your Mavericks. So that was a change as well. We covered the wireless charging pad being removed, the universal garage door openers, I believe, that was removed. Covered all that in that video of what's different from 25 to 26. And those are always usually pretty popular. That's another very popular. Now, of course, number 4 was the how to customize your productivity screen, which we just talked about. And then number 5, top viewed videos, 13,000 views on this one, is the flat towing and the speed sign recognition. So we covered two topics in that video, and we talked about the flat tow availability, because a lot of people were like, is it available for all-wheel drive hybrid? Is it not? We need to know. I got all the facts, and I was one of the first ones to put out the actual 100% truth that all-wheel drive hybrids can be flat towed just like the front-wheel drives. So that came out in that video, and we also in that video talked about speed sign recognition and the availability on that as well on your Lariat trim level vehicles and such. Some of the other topics we kind of talked about throughout the year, we're just going to go break down real quickly and go through some of those things we covered. One of the things we did is we covered recalls way too many times this last year, whether it be the battery recall, whether it be the 12-volt issue, with that battery, whether it be the backup screen productivity screen or that touch screen rear view camera issue as well. So covered several recalls too many times. Hopefully we don't have to repeat that for this year. We also last year talked about the black appearance package hood graphics. So that was new and different. And so we kind of covered what those graphics look like on the Maverick and talked about that for 25 model year. We also talked about some subscription services as well. And we talked about one of the different ones that are available in 25 model year and some of those that are available and how you get certain things and that kind of thing. Also, this year coming up, we'll talk about that Ford connectivity package. That's a new package for 26 model year. We'll be covering that coming up in 26 model year. Also, we showed you some how-to videos like installing a bed cubby. So in a lot of your Mavericks, you get one. You're an XLT, you get one. The other one's just a blank space. We showed you how to take that off, you can order one through parts and put a new one in place there if you want those more cubbies. So that we showed you how to do that as well this year. The Lobo, we covered the Lobo extensively. That was a new package for 25 model year, and we covered that Lobo 402A. So that was a late availability, was the 402A, and we covered that and what's the importance of that and why that's a really nice way of getting into a Lobo without having to pay the expensive prices of getting up to the Lobo 702A, which is basically a Lariat with all that performance. So we talked about that. And we even did a test drive on the Lobo. Before anybody else had a video on this, we put a video out test driving the Lobo 402A and the capabilities of that. And we had a lot of fun with that video. So hopefully you guys got a chance to watch that video as well. We also talked about the Ford Copilot 360. A lot of confusion around the Copilot 360. What's the standard Copilot features? What am I getting as part of the package? And I was actually one of the ones that actually had Ford change the verbiage on the order guide or on your window stickers on those later Job 2 Mavericks to say Ford Copilot 360 package 1.0. So you guys knew that was different than that assist package. And I had them remove that assist package off of that when it wasn't an optional package. So we covered that in the video. You'll want to go back to that if you're confused on any of that. We talked about the gas filter for the EcoBoost. When are they going to start putting those in the vehicles? How would it affect those EcoBoost engines? And a lot of the early data said that they were going to lose 12 horsepower. There was still a lot of misinformation out there on the internet on a lot of websites saying that all of the 25 Maverick EcoBoost was going to be less horsepower than the 24 model year. So I kind of just, several different videos throughout the year talked about the fact that that gas filter is only in for Job 3. It's going to be the late 25s, and it won't impact your horsepower like they thought it would, and that there's misinformation out there. So we disclosed that and covered that as well. We also showed you a new bed cover from Rough Country. So a Rough Country bed cover that we thought was really nice. So we covered that. In fact, it's a bed cover that we put on our Lobo-inspired sport truck build. And I showed you a walk around on that build as well that we did in-house. And I thought it was a kind of cool special build inspired from the Explorer Sport Track. So we showed you that special video that we did here. Also, of course, covered the 26 model year order guide information, when the order banks were going to open up, what you could order now, what were going to be late availability things. If you wanted an XLT with that power sliding rear window, that's going to be a Job 2. We let people know that. We also let you know about the new color, Orange Fury and such like that. So we covered that, all that information in there and let you know about that. We also covered all of your dealer installed options for 26 model year. So Ford, did something different on the Maverick, and they put all the dealer installed options on the end at the very end of the order guide. So we covered that in extensive, showing you and telling you guys what are the dealer installed options that you can get from Ford and that we put on by the dealer. And then, of course, we also covered the more changes that happened to the order guide in October. So they made a few tweaks and changes. So we kind of let you know about that as well. And of course, we covered the Ford Custom Garage 300T package at SEMA. So I was at SEMA, was there live, was able to do a video for everybody, let them know exactly what's included in that 300T package, how you can get it, that it's a dealer installed package for a 25 model year or later, and when it will be available, which we should be 26 model year. So in 26, we'll be doing a video on that. And yes, when one's available, we will order one for one of our Mavericks that are here on our lot. So also, we did talk about the release of the light blue color. I actually had that information ahead of time, was not allowed to talk about it until a certain time. And we disclosed that, one of the first people to talk about that light blue color being available. And we actually found it. And I reached out to the brand manager and said, hey, we saw this light blue color and everything. Is you weren't supposed to see that yet. How did you get that information? So we were one of the first ones to disclose that and talk about that. And then the fact that it'll be available in late 26 or in 26 model year. So it gives you all that information about how you can get that light blue color. And right now they are not scheduling any orders with that, in case you did have that on there. But we had a lot of fun this year covering a lot of things. And we're going to keep continuing with the Maverick Monday videos for 2026. We're not stopping now. So there might be weeks where we won't do one. Just like this year, we didn't do 50 weeks because there were some weeks where we didn't really have anything to cover. So if you have some things you want us to cover for the Ford Maverick, please let us know. Please drop those down in the comments. Please email me, timothybartz@gmail.com, and let me know some of the things you'd like to see us cover for the Ford Maverick for 2026. And we get into that. So 25 is over. It's done. But we have the 2026 is coming soon. Hopefully you guys are excited about 2026, and we are excited to bring more and more Maverick content and footage for you guys for 2026. So hope you stay with us. Make sure you're subscribed with the bell notification turned on so you don't miss any of our videos. And we'll see you guys in 2026. Until then, stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.